In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how you write your targets on your Transform assessment pages. So before we start, there are three things that we need. The first is to know which our focus skills are, and these can be found at the top of our assessment collection. The second is to know where I already am on the skills grid. And the third is to know what I need to do to reach the next level or improve within the current level on each of my skills. So before I find my assessment collection, I'm going to open up the basic, better, best grids so that I can access them for the whole time I'm writing my targets. The easiest way to do this is to start on the front page of Mahara. You get there by clicking on the Mahara tab. And then to click on this basic, better, best targets. That will open all of the skills grids in another tab for me, so I'll be able to access them for the whole time. I can then go back to my dashboard on Mahara and I can find my assessment collection. I do this by clicking on Portfolio and Collections. And there we go, there's my assessment collection. So the one that I'm working on this half term is my autumn assessment, but remember, if I need to change because it's a different half term, I just click on the tab for the correct half term. So I'm going to go back to my autumn. Okay, so my two focus skills for this half term are creative thinker and independent inquirer. So I'm going to work on one at a time. So my creative thinker one first. So first of all, I need to know where I am on this grid already. So I'm going to read through the criteria for each section and then decide where I am. So for basic, occasionally think of new ideas or different approaches to a task. And with help from the teacher, I can help develop other people's ideas. So I think I'm probably somewhere around there. I can think of new ideas or different ways to approach a task, but I do like to have some help if I'm developing my own or other people's ideas. I don't think I'm quite in the better section yet. I definitely can't see the benefit of making mistakes yet. I hate to be wrong. Okay, now I need to edit the page so that I can write in the target box. So I click on that and it brings up the edit section. So I'm going to ignore the first few boxes. The one that I need to change is this one here, my target. So I click on this little configure button, which looks like a little wheel or a flower, and it brings up this box. Now, I need to edit some of the text in this box, but I'm mostly going to leave it there. But I do need to change the red section. So if you remember, on the creative thinker, I said that I needed help from a teacher to help develop the idea. So I'm still in basic. So I can delete basic and better. So it now says, for the creative thinker skill, I am currently working at basic level. To improve, my target will be 2, ... So for my target, I will have to make sure that it's what we call SMART. So this is what a SMART target should be. It should be specific. So we should know exactly what the goal is. It needs to be measurable. So we need to know how we are going to complete that target. It also needs to be attainable. So how are we actually going to achieve what we set out to? It needs to be realistic. So are we actually going to be able to do it? And it needs to be timely. So we need to be able to complete that target in the time that we've got. In this case, 1 half term. So if we go back to the Creative Thinker grid, I'm going to choose one of the better categories, one of the better sentences to work on for my target. So for me, the one that I'm really going to struggle with is this one, to see the benefit of making mistakes. So I'm going to work on that one for this half term. I don't like being wrong, so I'm going to try and see if I can see the benefit of making mistakes. So now I need to try and write that into a target. So I'm going to have a think about that before I start. So I've had a think about my target, and this is the one that I've come up with. To improve, my target will be to try to see the benefit of making mistakes. This means that if my idea is chosen by my group but later changed or dropped, I will still help the group to develop the idea and I will not refuse to help. So if I look back at my SMART targets, it's specific. I know what my target is. I need to make sure that I still help the team even if they tell me that they don't like my idea. It's measurable. I will be able to say at the end whether I've actually managed to do this. It's attainable. It's something that I think I can achieve. It might be hard for me, but I will still be able to do it. It's realistic because in this term I'm going to be working on projects where I have to come up with different ideas. And it's timely. I'm going to have enough time to be able to see whether I actually can achieve this particular target. So I think I'm happy with this. So I'm going to click Save. And now you can see that my target is in the target box. What I'm now going to need to do is the same thing for my second focus skill, in this case, independent inquirer. You guys are now going to go and do both of these skills targets. Don't forget, you must look at the skills grids and have a think about what you're going to write before you write it. So let me just remind you of the 3 things you need before you start writing your targets. 1, to know which are your focus skills. You'll find them at the top of the assessment page. 2, to know where you are already on the skills grid. So make sure you've got the skills grid open that you can access on the front page of Mahara. And number 3, you need to know what you need to do to reach the next level or be secure within your current level. And remember, we'd like you to try and make your targets SMART.